Hello and welcome to our channel. My name is Jessie and I am the social media manager for Surrogate Prime. If you are new here, welcome. We're happy to have you. If you're returning, thank you for coming back and watching our videos. Today I am going to be answering some questions that I've been asked before. So I am a one-time gestational surrogate and I completed my journey about a few months ago. So I really want to speak on my journey and answer any questions that anyone has had so far, and I am super excited to share with you guys. So the first question I have here is what inspired me to become a surrogate? And there's a lot. I feel like I've always had a calling to do so. I heard about it a while back and it just felt like something I really wanted to do. I have two beautiful children of my own, and I couldn't imagine going through struggles of carrying my own baby, and then on top of that, not being able to move forward from that. So I really wanted to be able to help somebody, a family, experience what I get to experience as a day-to-day in parenthood. The next question is, how did my family and friends react when I told them about my decision? My husband has always known that this is something kind of I wanted to do, and I felt like once I knew our family was complete and we were kind of like settled to feel comfortable in doing this, we just want to move forward with it. He was always supportive, has always been a kind of whatever makes you happy, what you feel is right kind of thing. So that was extremely simple. My family, they were all supportive. I think they understand my passion and like love towards just helping people in general, and getting to be able to do this is so incredible. I have two incredible brothers and an incredible sister that really understood and could see where I was coming from with this, as well as some of my best friends. I never really had to explain myself on why I was doing it. They really just kind of stood by me and understood. Of course, everybody has questions or concerns. Obviously I feel like we talk about a lot of like debunking surrogacy myths, and I think the biggest thing was educating people on those things when it came to people asking those questions. The next question is, what was the most rewarding part of my journey so far? So I've completed my journey, and I feel like there were so many small rewarding parts. I gained a really good friendship with my intended parents, and just being with them and those steps and like seeing those, like being able to go to the embryo transfer with them and having them there and like seeing the excitement on their face, to then our first positive pregnancy test and confirmation of heartbeat and all those little things that they were able to like experience, like just seeing the joy on their faces. But obviously the most rewarding part was when I gave birth to the baby, just seeing them in parenthood, like seeing them with their baby, seeing both of them become mom and dad, I think was just such a rewarding experience, and there really is no feeling like it. Next question is, were there any challenges along the way that surprised me? I wouldn't say challenges, because not every journey is the same. So everyone's going to have challenges in situations of an embryo transfer failing or having to be on medicines longer, and like all of those can be little steps. But I think the biggest challenge, I would say, is a lot of the beginning of surrogacy is hurry up and wait. So hurry up and get in your medical records, hurry up and make sure your pap smear is up to date, and then wait, because as an agency, we have to review your records to make sure that you're ready to take those next steps and that you can be cleared by us. And then once you match with an intended parent, you also have to be cleared by their clinic. So the IVF clinic themselves have to look over your records, confirm that everything's okay and that they're comfortable moving forward, and they feel that your safety and your health is also a big concern. So they want to make sure that they're not doing anything to really make you at risk in those senses. So I think that's the biggest challenge, is when you start this journey, like you're so excited, you're so ready to get everything started, you want to take those next steps, but it is like there's a timeline to it, and I can 100% speak on that in another video on just kind of the timelines and those like waiting moments. But I think that was the biggest thing, is like being like so excited, so ready, and then kind of having to like step back and wait and, you know, get everything cleared, but it's all for your own health and safety in those moments. Next question I got is, how did working with the agency support you through my journey? And I can't say enough about Surrogate Prime. I think that's a big thing that we focus on, and that we really want to ensure that surrogates are taken care of from the moment you come to us and from forward. Every single one of our people on our team, our caseworker, our intake director, they are all surrogates. They've all been through it. They all understand. And our biggest goal is making sure that you are taken care of from the second you come to us until after. You have to have that support, and you have to have that comfortability when it comes to it. Those are your people with this. Yes, you have your family, and yes, you have all these things, but for the education, for getting stuff taken care of, that's all through your agency. And you want that support from day one. I think we all take pride in being a smaller company, and everyone knows you. Everyone knows your name. Everyone is there to help and support you. And that is just something that Surrogate Prime takes so much pride in, from literally this owner to the recruiters that you talk to. Everyone is there on your journey. Everyone is there supporting you. And that's a big thing. One really big thing about Surrogate Prime is we have a support group on Facebook so that you have other girls to speak to that are also going through a journey, and kind of more on that one-on-one support, as well as anybody that you speak to at Surrogate Prime. Even if it's your intake director from the beginning to now you're dealing with a case manager, you can speak to any person at any time and have answers, and, you know, feel confident in what you're hearing, which is a huge thing when it comes to finding that agency support, because I think you need that when you're going through a journey. The next question I have is, what advice would I give to another woman who's considering becoming a surrogate? And I think it's really just making sure this is exactly what you want to do, making sure you're in the correct, you know, mental state to deal with it. Most surrogates are completely the most amazing women you will ever meet, going through months of, you know, injections and medicines and transfers and, you know, all of these things, as well as 9 months of being pregnant is a lot, as well as, you know, recovering from birth as well, having a really good support system. And I think that's why we make it such a heavy focus when we're finding and learning out about people, is knowing that they have people to support them, knowing they have people to talk to, knowing that they're going to be taken care of on their end, and feel that support from people, because it's such a amazing, incredible thing you're doing. But you also have to have that mindset of being very strong and understanding it all. You know, you have to feel confident and comfortable in the medicines that you have to take before embryo transfer. And I can, again, do another conversation on that. I do have a YouTube video posted up about prepping your body for embryo transfer, what estrogen is, and kind of what to see on that. But I can 100% talk more on that in another video, so you feel, you know, more comfortable in knowing what you're prepping your body for when it comes to embryo transfer. But really, just, if you're doing this, you're doing it for a reason, and you're already an incredible woman for wanting to help somebody, you know, wanting to do that, having a support system that allows you to do that. But really just making sure you're doing what is right for you, especially when it comes to finding an agency like Surrogate Prime that will help you and support you through your ways. Matching with intended parents that you feel comfortable and confident with. That's another big thing that we focus on, is don't settle for the first person that we give you. There's a lot of intended parents out there, and you're going to find that really good match and feel confident with it, as well as just using your voice through it all. Leaning on your agency to help you through those journeys, helping you take those next steps, feeling confident in every step of the way that you're through, and asking those questions at the beginning, and really just, you know, making sure this is the right decision for you. Last question I have here is, how has this experience impacted me personally? And I really just pat myself on the back. And I think that's not who I usually am as a person. Like, I'm very, I will give, and I will, I love helping, but like taking that time after, while you're doing this journey, while you're going through these steps, and just really like appreciating yourself and like realizing what you're doing for somebody, and, let yourself feel good about those moments. Let yourself feel confident in what you're doing. Brag about it. I feel like I bragged about it so much, because how awesome is it that you feel comfortable to, help somebody in this way and go through the pain and suffering that you go through in any pregnancy that you have, and just really being able to like bring a life into this world for somebody else, I think is just incredible. And I always, like, I think about it daily, still to this day, like having a relationship with my intended parents afterwards, seeing this little belly bud that I helped grow for 9 months, and like seeing that baby flourish, and, just have these amazing parents, and seeing people's lives change is just, you pat yourself on the back, because you feel so incredible and just happy that you got to be a part of something so beautiful for somebody. And honestly, at the end of the day, like, I can feel it in my body that I want to do it again for somebody else. Like, I can, and I will, and I can't wait to do another journey with Surrogate Prime and really, help and have that experience, So I think just taking and appreciating and respecting what you did for somebody and bragging about it. Be proud of yourself. I think it's an incredible thing that you can do. Thank you so much for listening to this little interview, and just getting some, letting me speak on my journey, and hearing just about Surrogate Prime and the support that you can get with them and us. So really, thank you so much for listening. Please, if you haven't, subscribe and, notify to get more YouTube videos. I will be posting weekly, just any kind of questions or answers that you need. Please feel free to write them in the comments. Reach out to us on our other social medias. We have TikTok, we have Instagram, and we have Facebook. I will put them all in the description below. So if you want to follow us and just kind of see our TikTok, that we post, educational videos, as well as just funny little videos that kind of just make you feel good. So thank you again so much for listening, and I hope you guys have a great day.